me get the goat curry, and I got the jerk chicken, 2 plates. Fire.
Okay.
Both fire. And a beef patty, because that's a must. And
you got to have a beef patty, bro. Hey, they're actually getting really good now. I seen them in like the frozen food section at like Foods Co. They come in a 2-pack.
Shit.
Yeah, if you do it right, it'd be cool. You got
a beef patty?
A beef patty? Yeah, you got to warm it up in the microwave for like 2 minutes and then throw it in the air fryer for like another minute or 2 to get the outside real crispy.
Don't you got to slap gravy on that thing or something?
I mean, no, not necessarily. It's just a Jamaican beef patty, simple,
I went back here. I didn't really like their Jamaican food. It was like, there's like one spot right
over here. Yeah. Nah, there's a few spots. There's one in the Thomas.
Definitely don't miss, though.
Was it run by Jamaicans?
Actually, no. I think it was Indian dudes. So that was the first. I should have known. No.
Man, it's another episode of About the Night, episode 114 with my guy DJOasis, and we got a special episode as we're in a new location. I don't think anybody's seen this location. Man, how was you guys this weekend? You guys do anything 4th of July weekend? What was popping off?
4th of July, man. It was my daughter's birthday. Her birthday is 4th of July, so, did big for her, and, in this heat, we've been melting out here.
What'd you end up doing with her?
We went to Funworks. It's out there in Modesto.
Funworks, Modesto?
Right. Yeah, it's like a more bigger version of Scandia. So we had a good time. It was just hot.
Yeah,
it's hot as fuck.
It's been hot as hell.
Yeah, it has been. What about you, Already? What you got? What you have going on for 4th of July?
Oh man, it was a movie, man. I ended up going out to Plumas Lake. I got some friends out there, and they threw like a pool party. So we went out there. We was out there for like about 5 hours, whatever.
Okay.
Drinking by the pool. On the way home, I'm ashamed to say this though, man. I was dozing in and out. I was sitting shotgun. Next thing you know, I wake up because my friends drove. So I woke up. Next thing you know, man, I'm hurling all over their car. I'm hurling, bro, just everywhere. And they were hella cool about it. The crazy thing about it is like my girl was sitting behind the driver, and then my homegirl was sitting behind me. And, like, I tried to throw up out the window, and that shit was coming down. And so she was getting it on her face and everything. But, like, I mean, the way they took it, like, nobody would ever take it that smooth. Like, they were hella chill about it. Like, I offered to clean their car and everything.
You didn't go back and clean it?
They wouldn't let me, bro.
You got to go back and clean that shit.
Like, you must have been. It's
fine to actually enjoy the smell of Cheetos.
Right? I was toe up, man. I was having Jello shots. Damn. Man, I was drinking. We were taking shots of tequila. Man, I was drinking whiskey, dude. It was. It was a movie, man. Trust me. We had a good ass time.
2004 Warren right there, huh?
Man,
he didn't give a fuck what he was drinking. He was like, let's just drink.
It was one of them type of parties where they come out. She got a tray of just Jello shots. She's like, "Don't take 1, take 2. No, take 3."
Right.
So everybody's
she hosted it right.
So they had unlimited poison.
Man, it was up. Vibes was up, man. But it was. I regret that, but everything else was fun.
You guys have any fireworks? Nothing crazy or what?
I don't even remember, dude. Like, as soon as we got back to the house, like, I hopped in the shower and went straight to bed.
No, I feel you on that.
There was no nightcap.
Yeah. I seen you had some fireworks. You was lighting some stuff off this weekend, huh?
Damn, feds.
Damn. I'm just saying.
They were illegal, weren't they?
Nah, I love them
go in the air.
I love those.
No, he was shooting TNTs. TNT fireworks, you know what I mean?
No,
Sparkle show.
Every year, got to light it up. It's been a little tradition for like the last shit. Honestly, probably since I had my son. Before that, I didn't really care. Then I was like, I need to buy some fireworks and, light the shit up. So, spend some money on some fireworks, let the block up real quick, have some fun. You had
the squad there. Who was there? I know that it's a famous squad that usually pops up on you on those occasions.
So usually, it started with the block party at my cousin's house, and it became a tradition to go over there. And it was like usually the usual was my cousin Nico would come, and then Gio would come, and we all like light shit, and then we would end up going to like another house. But then after the years had passed, like everybody just split their own ways, and but we got majority of them back together at my house this past weekend. It was fun.
That's what's up, man.
Yep.
That's what's up. I can't really say I did much. I lit some fireworks with my family. The non ones that go up in the air.
Yeah.
I had to take a chill pill on that, man. I love doing fireworks like that, and normally I set them off, man. Like I had 130 shots one time. It was going off like a fucking machine gun, just going off in the air, right? It was dope, great time. But then that also invites other people to want to bring their own, right? And that's my issue. Sometimes you don't know that person's awareness of fireworks, you know what I mean? And they want to go out there and light their stuff off, and they end up blowing some other shit up. And
you see that video where the dude like basically lost all his fingers?
No,
I mean that I
pretty
didn't
sure.
see a video, but I mean that usually happens.
No,
Yeah.
so man, it's idiots on 4th of July. We know what it is, but he decided. I think he had. I don't know if it was a bunch of bottle rockets or something like that, but he had them in some type of bottle, and he's holding the bottle. This is a glass bottle.
Oh, shit.
And the whole thing just so the dude is recording, his homie is recording, and he sets him off, and then the shit you could hear the glass just explode, and then all you hear dude screaming and saying, "My hand is gone, my hand is gone," and then they show the after shot of this dude just got a nub for a hand, bro. He only had like his thumb left.
Jason
bro.
Pierre or Paul Pierre?
Yeah,
From,
Pierre Paul.
Pierre Paul.
Yeah, on the Giants. Yeah,
One
yeah.
of his motherfucking names, huh?
Yeah.
Jason
He did
Pierre
the same.
Paul.
There we go, Jason Pierre Paul. He did
We
the
know
same
we
shit.
understand you don't know how to pronounce
be-
people's names.
I don't be
We
fucking
got
knowing names at all. You know what I mean? It's just bad. I do know this name though, man. The Sacramento Kings actually made a huge splash trade for us. They got DeRozan on the Sacramento fucking Kings.
Clap it up, man.
That's huge, man.
Clap it up.
That's a
Y'all should be
6-time
proud.
All-Star, man. You know, I don't think we have ever
You know,
traded for
one
anybody
clap.
of this caliber. I mean, you know,
Caliber?
Caliber.
Caliber.
I mean, question
You got to
that
excuse
shit.
with
Caliber.
education.
You know what I mean?
Caliber. There you go. Of this caliber. You know what I mean? Like, he is a 6-time All-Star. He's like a 3-time, and I'm not going to say 3-time MVP, but I mean, I think he get there with Toronto?
Get where?
No, he didn't. He was on the Spurs at that time.
LeBron was always in the way.
That's right. That is right.
Now, do you think if this Kendrick Lamar song didn't come out, the hype would be as big?
No.
That's a good question. I think that builds though, that adds it because now he's back. You know what I mean? What was the
Well,
line?
he's not back.
What's the
he's
line?
not from SAG.
But he's in
back to
California.
California.
Back on the
You
West
know what I
Coast.
mean? That ain't
Yeah.
nothing but an hour flight back home. You know.
Yeah.
DJ Joseph 1 killed that shit on his arrival. What did he do? He had the whole repeat like
he had a loop. Yeah, he had
he
a
had,
loop.
what did it say? DeMar DeRozan. What did he say about him? I forget the whole fucking line from Not
He
Like That.
says, y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Y'all didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I deserve him either. D-Rose was back
D-Rose
home.
came home and he said, "Y'all
Yeah.
didn't deserve him."
He
neither."
had that shit on loop like 5 or 6 times as he was walking in. That shit was fucking iconic.
I think it's a big move for y'all. I think
Yeah.
that's a good. I think that's a huge addition,
What do you mean
especially
for
because y'all were
What do you
really.
mean for y'all?
Because I'm a Laker fan.
Laker fan. If the Lakers win a championship, does that spread money in your community?
Does it what?
Spread money within your community?
No, it helps my feelings though, which is more important.
Damn, I like that. I like that.
It's my feelings.
What I also liked, it was this iconic figure out here. He goes by the name of Nico. He had wore this jersey that day, and it reminded me of like a low-key retro Space Jam ass outfit. You know, in the original Space Jam where they write on the little Gatorade bottle,
Monsters?
the Gatorade
Oh
bottle.
no, the Michael special juice. Yeah,
it almost
special
looked like
stuff.
that. It had the number 10, you're right, and then he had the tape on there, and it had DeRozan on the back. Shit was hard, bro. Shit was hard, but very controversial.
What's controversial?
I really recently saw this whole post with about Mike Bibby coming out saying he wanted to retire his number 10 here in the Sacramento arena. And here we are giving it to DeMar DeRozan after we're talking about retiring his. I like Bibby. I think Bibby, you know.
I want to speak positively, so I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
I want to let this be a good moment. So I'm gonna bow out of this conversation.
So we know how you feel,
Bibby
right?
was a part of
because I'm like, what they win? They ain't win.
He
shit.
was a part of
Like,
one of the best.
What are we
He
celebrating?
was part of one of our best years here. One of our best years. We didn't make it that far with any other team besides him. Legit, like we didn't make it.
Let's
Western
get to the
Conference
real
Finals.
conversation on this thing, because I actually, in all honesty, I think DeRozan coming here, I think that's a big deal because y'all were struggling trying to get players added to this team that I think y'all were a player away to add, so I think that's going to be huge. But let's talk about a bigger issue on that. Mr. Gill,
You want another one,
Mr. Gill,
Mr. Gill?
Gilbert Arenas.
Oh man,
Let's talk about what this man said.
He was going off.
Let's talk about what he
he
said.
was talking straight trash. Fuck that.
What's your thoughts on it?
Fuck that
shift
dumbass
leader,
nigga
shift
that's gonna
leader.
bring a gun into the locker room just because you can't square up a bet like normal. Get that little weak ass nigga up out of here, man.
You know what it sounds like is, when people say, "Who hurt that man?" Like something in Sacramento must have really hurt that man, because you just don't talk about another city like that has nothing to do with you.
But we could say the same thing about Barkley though too, like what he said about San Antonio, because he was shitting on them, and you know what I mean. Like,
he was.
Is it? I think I definitely sounded like hate, but it's like if that's how he feel, like at least y'all know how he feel.
I mean, didn't Shaq shit on Sacramento?
Everybody shitted on Sacramento. He called us
I
queens.
thought Shaq at one time was going to be like part owner.
He was gonna be part owner,
But he called us. Wasn't he the first to call us Cowtown?
Yeah, but
He
that
called
was
us queens.
early on when it was like the Lakers
Right.
and the Kings was going back and forth. I think he called them the Queens. I think that's more in the competitive basketball side of things. I don't know if Shaq actually felt that way about the city. I think it was more like a basketball thing. But this is kind of
Arenas went personal.
yeah. But he didn't just diss the Kings, bro. He dissed the city as far as just he's saying it got the ugliest people here.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, there was ranked 10 or something.
There was a survey out about that, so I think he's He's going based off that. But I mean,
but I saw another survey that was the complete opposite.
Really?
There was another survey that I seen come out, and it was like in the top like 6 or something like that. So it's weird. I don't know. It's hard to kind of judge what these surveys getting their info from. But
some of them are just clickbait. Like,
yeah,
when they go around counting.
Exactly. I was like, how do you even like?
Yeah.
I guess they can go from the eye test. I think most people would agree that Miami might be has to be in the top 3. I think
don't know, but to be honest though, and trust me, I've DJ'd everywhere and like, traveled up and down the coast.
Yeah,
people will be like San Diego, but a majority of the women that go like to all these big cities, a lot of the good looking ones are from Sacramento. Like if they would all stay here for 100%, Sacramento have like.
Well, a lot of these celebrities' baby moms are from Sac.
No, 100%.
There's quite a bit of them, So it's like, where are you getting your scale off of? Like, it don't make no sense to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they watch this podcast. They'll be like, "There's 4 ugly people there," but
I know, right?
I'm just kidding.
Except for Rob, man. Rob's the
don't
most gorgeous
start turning
guy
into
Sac.
Tony now. Don't start turning into him. Don't. Let's not do that.
Shout out my guy Tony as he couldn't make it today. Speaking of which, something funny happened this weekend. Nico, bringing him back up. This fool was DJing on set, middle of DJing, end of the night, and this was after the DeMar DeRozan, announcement came on. I seen this fool look at his phone, and then promptly, he was like, hey, like he's all in a friend. He's like, hey, come scratch. Like he was DJing. Come scratch for me. DeMar DeRozan's next door. This fool comes sprinting down the motherfucking bar just to go say what's up to DeRozan. So that brings me up to this question with you, man. What celebrities have you seen? And obviously the way he was running down the street just to see DeMar DeRozan, what celebrities have you been around and have you been impacted?
I mean, I've came across a ton of celebrities. I mean, to me personally, and they'd probably be like, "What? That ain't no celebrity." But like when I met the NWO, like that was big to me. Like, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, and Scott Hall, like that was huge to me. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've done shows with Kendrick Lamar. Before he was Aftermath, before he was really big, was sitting backstage with all of them, sharing like a pint of Hennessy. Like I didn't know who Schoolboy was, mixed by Ali. Like they're, hey, could we hit that? Go ahead, shit. I don't know. Go ahead,
That's what's up.
Stories like that, like being backstage with Nipsey Hussle, like
dang, that's what's up.
R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah, funny story was like, so back then I'm putting out a lot of mixtapes before I was like heavy in the clubs. So you had to get drops from artists. That was the biggest thing. Oh, who do you got to drop by? So I would DJ. Shout out to ENT Legends for Naughty. But I would DJ all these shows, and I'd be there 3 hours before doors open for sound check and be there till about an hour after the show ends to fucking, take down the equipment and all that. So I'm spending all day with these artists. So I'm sitting backstage just like we're kicking it. And I'm like, hey, could I get a drop from you, Nip? So he's like, yeah, it's all good, homie. So I'm like, all right, cool. So at that time I would take video, and then I'd upload them to YouTube or whatever. So I'm filming them. I'm like, all right, go ahead. He's like, hey, homie, you said it was a drop, not a video, bruh. Come over here real quick, homie. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't think it was that serious. Like, so he was like, I just don't like nobody getting video. So he like just literally took it, and I was like, well, I don't know no other way to record it, fucking. So basically just pointed the camera down and like he talked into the phone or whatever. But it was like a funny like little incident back then.
That's what's up.
You know, a ton of artists, bro. Like a lot of these rappers you name them, I probably opened up from Uzi, 21 Savage, XXX, Big Sean, fucking.
Ain't having a Big Sean. I like Big Sean.
Yeah. No, I mean all those rappers on the come up, like when that blog era, Two Dope Boys, all the everybody started coming up, like the younger guys. I DJ'd damn near a majority of those shows. Then obviously with the radio station, all the artists that come through, comedians, stuff like that. Met all them.
That's what's up. So
yeah, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed. Can't complain.
So would you say that's mainly because of the radio station, or just mainly because of the efforts of the DJing aspect, or?
I mean, honestly, just knowing from the jump, like when I was younger, where I wanted to be and where I wanted to position myself. So, I don't know if you know who Dom Kennedy is.
Yeah.
So Dom Kennedy. So, my boy C Plus approached him. This is back in the MySpace days, and he's like, "Yo, Dom Kennedy, we want to bring you to Sac." He's like, "Cool, shoot a Reno and a bottle and like some other, something cheap." So we're like, "Oh shit!" So we bring him up to Sac, and he's like, "I don't have a DJ though," so he's like, "I got you. I'll hook you up with my DJ." So I DJ for Dom Kennedy, and then he's like, "Yo, I'm coming back out this way in like a month or two. You want to DJ for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down." So we did like 2 more shows after that, and this is way before Dom Kennedy had gotten pretty big. So it's like from those little situations like that, meeting the rappers on the come up, and you keep those relationships. And like I said, with ENT Legends, it was like, okay, well, if these guys are throwing the shows, that's who I want to align myself with, because I love doing that. I love being around artists. I put out mixtapes, I put out songs and freestyles and all that. I was always a big fan of the mixtape era. Another one that a lot of people don't know, Ben from Midnight, before he was doing EDM events, he used to do hip-hop events. And I was a DJ. He had an entertainment company, I think it was called Fuse at the time. And I would DJ for him for all the hip-hop shows. He was one of the guys that brought all the hip-hop artists to Sacramento. A couple years down the line, he switched completely to EDM. And that's where you see all these midnight events, block parties and all that. He damn near supplies every EDM event in Sacramento with artists.
You talking about Ben from the park?
Yeah.
Nice,
Midnight events,
Yeah, nice. You had brought up Kendrick Lamar, and I actually recently seen that video that you posted of him. It was like an older one that you had posted. Did you guys get the chance to catch his little Not Like Us video that just recently released? What, it released, on 4th of July?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is hard, and the subliminals that are in that.
What y'all think about it? Like,
Bro,
what's your first thoughts on this?
He's making you rethink everything that you thought. You thought it was a diss, but there's so much more that he's adding into it just off the visuals. It makes you think even more.
What do you think the biggest thing that he got out of that song was?
Well, he got the recognition.
I think it was just culture out of LA. I think that's the overall theme of that whole video. I think obviously there's points in it where he's taking the shots at Drake and stuff like that. But the one thing someone had asked me before the video actually came out, I think it was like Monday or something like that. It was like that Monday before. And they just asked me, they said, what do you think who's going to be in the video? Because it was a whole bunch of like people asking, like, because there was a whole bunch of celebrities at the pop out show. And a lot of people were saying that, they were going to use a lot of footage from that to be in the video. And, so it was kind of like, oh, all these people is going to be in it. And the answer to the person that asked me this, I said, to be honest with you, because I'm a big Kendrick fan, like I hope he stays within himself. And I was so glad when I saw that video that this was totally him. If Kendrick Lamar, his music, how he does, like choreographs his stage performances, this was him. And that's what I liked about it. And he didn't teeter away from who he is in that video, because I think a lot of people were expecting he was really just gonna shit on Drake and make some crazy stuff, but I'm talking about like on the nose type stuff. He did stuff that was gonna have to make you think. I know he's very purposeful when he comes to a lot of his stuff,
100%.
His art. So I think there's stuff that's there that people who either know the beef or know Kendrick are gonna know what he's referencing to. But I just like the artistry in which he went about it, and he didn't just have to make it so blatant. It's just like you have to, if you know type of thing.
So I think one of the biggest things Kendrick was faced with in his career was the pressure of like, do I go the Drake route Because I could rap over mustard beats,
Right.
or I could make hits, you know what I mean? Or do I go the J. Cole route? Because they want that MC. They want that guy that's not a sellout. They want me over fucking poetic shit. Like, and I think he painted himself so far in a box that I have to be this Grammy nominated, every verse got to be a poetic, fucking break it down a million different times, that this battle took him out of that box. So now this next album, he could come with 10 Not Like Us.
True.
You already heard the intro to the Not Like Us video.
I want to talk about that.
It's another mustard. You can hear it. It's like
Yeah.
it's a club banger. And he sampled fucking I think it was a Lookout Weekend or something, like Debbie Deb. And you could hear it's going to be another club banger. So now that he's out of that box, now he's free to do whatever type of music he wants now. People are fiending for that next Kendrick, like Mustard on the Beat, radio, like banger.
Yeah. And I think that's interesting to look at it. But I guess, because I've followed his music, I always felt like he could do it. I think there's been a purposeful choice of his to make the music.
He would have been judged, though, because everything that he would have been doing, the last album, everything is such a powerful meaning. Then you come out with the club hit. Like, they would have been like, he sold out. But this was a slick way of going right, and then, you know what I mean, now it's like, okay, now we just heard it.
Well, I think he said it in the song. He said sometimes you got to pop out and show it. Like, I think that has more meaning than what you think. That has the meaning towards Drake. That has the meaning towards OVO. That has the meaning toward the fans that doubt him. You over there, sir. You over there. Yeah, that guy over there. People doubting him, thinking that he can't put records like that together. I do want to talk about that snippet in the beginning. What do you guys, I want to get everybody's opinion. What do you guys think about that part? What do you think that means? That first like 15 seconds.
I think it's fire, to be honest.
It's a hit.
I might drop it, but honestly, I think it's one in the clip. I think it's a Drake diss because I think it's a Drake diss. So I don't think, honestly, we're probably never going to hear it.
No, we're gonna hear it for sure.
You think so?
It'll 100%.
I'm with you on that. That's what I think. I think that this had a double meaning. So number one, he played it off like how Drake did push-ups with the snippet at the end, and then went into Family Matters. Right? I feel like that was into that. A lot of people are saying, okay, this song is gonna basically could be on the album. Some people predicting August 8th is when the album might drop, or whenever he drops an album, and that could be true. I think that could be true, but I think that was a message to be like, don't say nothing because I got another Not Like Us for you. I got another one waiting for you, and I think he might change the lyrics. I don't think it's going to be a diss. I think if he drops that song, it's going to be totally changed, and he's going to just be doing his shit. It ain't going to have nothing to do with Drake. But I'm telling you, I feel like that was a message. Like, this was going to be another one. If you had, like, I feel like if Drake came back with maybe another song after Not Like Us that was at least on that level or something where he had to come out with another song, he was gonna have another one because he said how many stocks do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. You know what I mean? So he got more.
He had some stuff ready.
I think that was just a shot at him, like, bro, just take the L and go about your business, get in the lab, get yourself better, but leave me the fuck alone.
But with that being said, I mean, I didn't watch all the little videos that decode the whole video and all that type of shit. Like, everybody comes out with a million different meanings. But at the end of the video, where he's the owl, and then he steps back, and it's the owl in the cage. What do you think that meant? Because I have a meaning in my head that would fit perfectly. But I mean, I don't know if you guys read anything or.
To be honest, I mean, there's the one that most people think because OVO Drake, he's back in the cage. You know what I mean? Like he's tucked away. That's one aspect you could look at it. Another one, if you look at it reverse, because you was mentioning it, you said it earlier about the whole being free to now kind of go his own lane. Now he's out of the cage,
and now
like
you're in the
they
cage.
flipped it
exactly.
So now you boxed in, I'm no longer boxed in. That could be another way to look at it.
That's the way I look at it. Is like I was in this cage, I could only do this certain type of music. Now you freed me. Now you're in the cage. Now nobody wants to hear your gun raps. Nobody wants to hear your hard talk.
Right.
Go back to do some, whatever you're gonna do, the pop music.
What is
the
he
Lover
saying?
Boy
Euphoria? Like, keep making them jams, make me wave my hands. And
I mean, I like
that Euphoria
I like
is
Drake's
a premonition. I swear, I keep going back to Euphoria more than anything. So that is a premonition of that whole thing.
Drake?
I like Drake's house music. Like Drake is a great artist. He could do R&B, he could do house music, he could do trap music, he could do rap, he could do Afrobeat, he could do reggaeton. Like, and he's done all of them and made hits at all of them. So it's like he's a great artist. You know what I mean? But like you said, where's he gonna go now? Like, he can't come out with gun raps. Like you already that, you know, like.
I think this was a battle more than just rap and skill, and I think Drake really. I think Warren said this earlier when we first started talking about when the beef was going on. Just he underestimated this because he only beefed with Meek Mill. Like Warren had said that, 100%. And I think he said he looked at like it was going to be based on some type of strategy and some type of bar. But I think it was. What people don't understand, this was a battle of authenticity. I think, and how people looked at both of these artists. And as you said, I think Drake puts out great music. There's no denying that he puts out music because everybody likes his music.
Right.
As far as just listening to it, it's a good vibe music, that type of thing. So no one can say he can't make hits. No one can take that away from him. But I think when you go at it with a dude, when you trying to question his legitimacy in the game, somebody that's certified at like him as far as who he is as a person, I think it changes. It's a different conversation, and I think they look at him differently. Like somebody had posted, they said Drake G-checking Kendrick is crazy.
Oh yeah,
like that's just crazy. Like when you think about that for a second, like that's just funny.
Yeah,
like when you think
then
about
again, you can look at it like a boxing match. Like someone's gonna lose, but we both gonna make millions out of this shit.
Oh yeah, styles make fights though. Yeah, this was that, but that the video was. I thought it was dope.
Drake's next move is his biggest move of his career. I mean, what he does next, this is going to be telling. Because I mean, he could either go left and just fall off the face of the earth, or to me, he got to drop a banger. You know what I mean? And not no Tootsie Slide or Hotline Bling. Like, he got to come out with something dope.
The shitty part is he has a single right now on the radio that I'm not fond of. Like, I don't know if a lot of people are gonna like it, but it's like a super poppy song.
Is it the Cabela?
Yeah.
What was her name? I heard some like she had some racist stuff.
Oh shit!
She has like some. She had something like she had some racist tweets or something.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know,
crazy. Like that's a bad timing.
Yeah.
Like what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true or not.
Garcia.
I didn't dig too much into it, but
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, speaking of
Ryan Garcia,
bro, what's up with him?
Do you think all that is just like some trolling? Like, let's build some crazy hype?
He's been trolling, though. That's the thing. And it's just like, bro, we're on to the trolling. And now you just, at this point, it's like, bro, when is it, when is it going to stop? You know what I mean? Like,
well, he's getting himself in trouble now.
I have a hard time believing that this was trolling. Yeah. Because this one is like, you just got yourself expelled from the WBC.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like, that's not a game.
No.
Mm-hmm. Like, this ain't just getting a slap on the hand, being suspended off of Instagram for a week. Like, you can't box for the WBC.
No, but could he go do what like a lot of these other guys do, where they go middle of America, pay for the whole shit themselves?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I just don't
go fight in Saudi.
Do you think it's 100% trolling? Do you think it's mental health? Do you think like he unstable? Like what line are you on that pendulum as far as, is it a mixture? Because it's like some of the stuff that he was saying was wild. Like the stuff about George Floyd and stuff like that was like, dude, that's you're taking it too far to go on the trolling side. So I don't know how much it is.
I mean, it might be drugs, man. To be honest, I mean, to me, because Ryan Garcia, he's not stupid. I mean, he's a smart kid. He knows what he's doing. But I mean, the stuff he's saying is just, it's outlandish. You know what I mean? He can't be saying that stuff when you're in his limelight, his spotlight. But I mean, I don't know, man. I can't. To me, I don't think he's trolling. I just think it's drugs, man. I think he's high off something, and he got Twitter fingers. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, not even the Twitter, because he came out and said it on fucking his live the next day.
Right.
He said he wasn't going to apologize and all that. So
there wasn't even an apology. When I read what he put, I was like, bro, that damn near sound like you just doubled down. Yeah. Like, in a way, it was kind of, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to fully believe what anybody does on the internet that's not for just fame and clicks now, because
Shock-
everybody's
shock
doing
value,
it.
Right.
Shock
And so
value
it's
is
like
incredible nowadays.
Everybody's pushing that envelope as far as how far they can
Yeah.
go. And look at it, we talking about it. So many other platforms is talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's all you want when you get to that stage. I think it could be a combination of drugs, man.
Yeah.
It could be a combination of boredom.
Yeah.
These dudes be bored. Like you
Especially
got
when it
like
comes to like albums and boxing matches, you have to sell it.
yeah.
You know what's gonna make everybody buy the next thing? Shock value. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You're gonna diss each other. You're gonna start some shit, get people talking.
But did he have a fight lined up or anything
No.
lined up? Because it was different. Because remember, like McGregor
Ryan
and
did.
Mayweather had some
Yeah.
races, but it wasn't on that level though. It was more in playful,
They were-
fun
yeah.
races
They were-
type
they were on a
stuff.
tour.
They were both going back
Selling
and
the
forth,
fight.
you know, kind of, and they were selling the fight. I think
Yeah.
some people didn't like it, but people understood they were selling it. This seemed like he went too like
far.
2 or 3 steps too far.
I feel
I
like
think.
he's also trying to set himself apart from the WBC. I remember him saying, like, briefly he was going to retire and then go see what's up with Dana White. And so, I mean, will this, this racist tweet, which got him suspended from the WBC, prevent him from going and signing up with Dana White? Or if it's just all a money grab, he doesn't have to care about fighting for WBC anymore. He's just with Dana White doing the MMA shit.
Or
you know?
he can't get out of his contract.
Right.
So there's only one way to get me out of it. You know, just like with Kanye, like I can't get out of these contracts, so maybe
Right.
I do this, and they actually force me out of it. You know,
Right. Very true. Yeah.
That's
What's
true.
crazy though is he's fresh off the biggest win of his career. You know, like that Haney win was like
Well, it's no
But
longer
I
a
think
win.
I think they
His
took it.
career.
I think it's because they. I think that could be playing into what we're talking about because they took it away from him. But with the PEDs,
right.
you know, so
because he failed a drug test or something. Right?
he was positive for Ostarine,
Yeah.
using that during the fight, which whoever is because I don't believe I'll say this, I don't know if he took it, and if anyone's like knows about PEDs, like I don't know what the hell he was even taking Ostarine for. That don't even make any sense. That's not even some shit that's actually was gonna help him.
What is it?
Ostarine, it's a SARM. So it's like SARM is kind of a version of steroids. They don't deem it as one, but in actuality, it really is. They just like on a legal, like what they label as a steroid, it's not officially coded as that, but it really is.
Cool.
But it's like it's just weird. That was a weird substance for him to be taken in the
Right.
first place. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I hope he, man, he just need to go in the tuck.
Yeah.
Work on like.
That's what everybody says. He needs the right people around him to kind of come from this. But, hey, best of luck to you, buddy. Best of luck to you. Sorry that it had to come to that. Now, you're bringing up drugs, PEDs, obviously, steroids, just in general. It's crazy. We are in a nightclub. But in general, like, nightclubs are now forced to, by law, to carry drug testing kits in order for patrons who feel like they may be, they left their drink around and they just want to test it to make sure.
Yeah.
We now currently carry certain strips in order to be able to test your alcoholic beverages, seeing if there was any
Do they test the
foul
beverage
play.
or they test you?
the beverage. The
What?
beverage.
Yeah,
But what if they're like, well, I don't drink it all?
Well, no. So what it is it's meant for the ones who maybe put their drink down and go dance with a girl, turn their back, come back, and they're like they feel kind of weird, maybe.
It's the test for like other like roofie shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so it's like I guess California just passed a law. It's effective on the 1st, and then now the venues I guess have to provide it. Now you can sell them too. Some people could have to pay for them. Some can just
Right.
give them out for free.
Right.
But the venue actually has to provide them on request. So if I request to have a tested strip on my drink or kit or whatever, you have to
them.
provide it to me upon request, basically. So
New laws, new things, and I get it. There's situations that happen all the time, and certain bartenders take certain measures to kind of rule themselves out of those.
straw test.
Man,
That'll
believe it or
save
not,
you.
that's huge.
That'll
right?
save you.
That is super huge.
Yeah,
but
but what are you going to straw test every single drink?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
I would. The way they be man. It was the one thing that happened. This was a couple years back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? No, but it was like that camera saved that person.
Oh, no, 100%.
Based on that
100%.
situation, and it was just like that I would if I was a bartender, and knowing that situation and how that particular person that was making the allegation was going around to other venues saying someone did something to their drink, which is that makes it worse for the people who actually are get victims of being drugged. You know what I mean? And it's like that person, you know, decided to do the straw test, and that saved him.
And I mean, honestly, I'm a firm believer in having cameras everywhere in the club. You know what I mean? Back in the day when a lot of that shit was going on, like, you know, cameras that we have nowadays didn't exist. So now, I mean, they're so cheap and they're so on point, 4K, all that. Like, have those motherfuckers everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right? Why not?
We need that blind spot though.
So
when
Rob,
that one patron getting out of line in the corner,
so
those security can.
Those of us that don't know what the straw test is, explain.
Women.
What's the straw test?
Oh, basically just take the straw, put it in there, hold your finger at the top, and basically test it. So if you're basically ruling out that it's been tampered with.
Like, put your finger and cover the hole in the top of your straw for me, Warren.
And you
could do it right now. No, put your finger on top, cover the hole on top, lift it up, and then let it go. Let it go.
And then taste.
It drops. You know what I mean? That's what we do. You know, that's the test. Simple. You know, just to make sure it tastes good.
I mean, if you're doing that, you got to know what it's going to taste like, right? Because I mean, somebody that doesn't know, like, if a drink has been tainted with, they're going to be like, okay, I don't.
Well, no.
Majority of the time, they try blaming the bartender.
Right. That's the point. He's basically taking it. It's a precaution for them to rule it out. Like, it's to show themselves and the person that they're giving the drink to, like, this ain't a tampered drink. Now, after you done left the bar and took your drink to the dance floor or whatever, now it's your responsibility. Or your friends need to be looking out for you and stuff like that after that point. But the bartender does that to show that they're not involved.
Okay.
That's the reason why.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Because that's what, like Oasis was saying, like, that's a lot of times that happens because usually you can't find the person that actually really tampered the drink. But it's easy to blame the institution or the venue. Plus, they got the insurance to sue, and we can get into all that. But that's really why. Okay. And if I was a bartender, I would be doing it with every drink. I just to save myself the headache.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Man, Oasis, once again, I want to thank you for coming on the show. We really appreciate you.
Well, thank you for the budget, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Easy money.
You know. But now we finna grill you, man. We got some questions to damn ask, and I feel like not only myself, but I feel like people want to know, you know.
Who are these people?
Everybody.
Well, can I phone a friend? No.
If you're anybody in Sacramento.
You got one lifeline.
If you are anybody in Sacramento, you already know the squads that we are talking about. And my question is Fame. You know what I mean? Like, where's Fame? You know, Fame used to be a ton of people. I mean, you know, from, you know, promoters to the bartenders to hosts to the party people. Like, what was Fame? Talk to me about Fame.
I mean, Fame was a coalition of a lot of friends and just anybody who wanted to support a movement. You know what I mean? Like, at that time, we're all young, we're having fun. You know, it's a party. It was like a party crew. Even if you didn't DJ or you didn't MC, like if you were just a supporter, want to come through, be a part of the squad, like it was, you know, it was a fun time. But just like anything else, like, you know, we grow out of things. We grow different directions. You know, just like anything else, like a Wu-Tang or a G-Unit, you know, it was fun while it lasted. It's great. It's something that everybody's going to look back on and be like, man, that time there and that party, those parties, is like, it was a great time. We're all just different people now, you know?
Okay.
But with that being said, I mean, a lot of the core members, I mean, we're still working together. We're doing a lot of stuff. We're announcing stuff all the time. You can stay up to date. Top Made on IG.
What's Top Made? And actually, it's sad as hell. But my wife has been asking me too, like, what the hell is this new logo that they have with the T and the M? And I was like, I don't know what you expect me to know everything for. Like, so you work with them. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. So it's Top Made.
Yeah, Top Made is, you know, it's a new brand. It's you know, we're taking things more professionally as far as the way we move, as far as the way we conduct business and all that type of stuff. And it's like, you know, it just felt right. So we're just like, you know, we'll roll with this.
Top Made, huh? Be on the lookout. I think I seen you guys have like this some celebrity, or I'm not gonna call it celebrity, but some special event that's happening on July 16th. Is that a Tuesday or something? What you guys got going on Tuesday?
So if you remember, I mean, we've always had a Taco Tuesday throughout the years, and different locations, different venues. So we're trying something different. Like I said, we're older now, so we're doing it for the people that want to come out early, starting at 6 o'clock. Come have some dinner, come have some tacos, have some fun, get back to your house by late night. But we're also that late night party will still be there. You know what I mean? For the people that want to party late night and don't want to come out early.
Right. Okay, so it's an event. Top Made. Where is this going to be at? Have you guys?
This is at Lock and Key.
Oh, you guys announced that? Yeah,
we announced it, and it's going to be fun, man. Like real nice happy hour that turns into a nighttime event.
Lock and Key. What is that? 27th and J? What is that? Lock and Key.
Yeah.
Lock and Key.
It's one of the newer restaurants right there on the block. We have Central's, Bar West, Lock and Key, Harlow's.
Oh, it used to be Red Rabbit. Yep. Ah, got it. Okay. Nice, man. Nice. So Top Made, that at least explains a lot of things about Top Made. Now let's bring it back to Fame. You mentioned you still have some core members. What are the core members? Who were your core Fame members right now? That's, I guess, the question, because I never knew who they were.
To be honest, it's funny because, a lot of people think like, oh, well, Oasis started Fame, and it was, blah, blah, blah. But it was actually this guy, Sean Ruiz, that started Fame. He brought me in to start the night. And then a few weeks later, no, actually the first night, Garibaldi had came. He had brought his DJ at the time, Joseph One. And we're like, yo, you want to get down with us? Like, hop on the night. So Joseph One came in the second week. There was a girl that was promoting for Park and Mix, or, was just known around there, and had a cool little following that Sean felt like could be a part of the night, and he brought her on. And then so she was part of the crew.
And who's this she? Do we say her name?
Lindsay.
Grilling. Okay.
So she was part of the crew. A few weeks later, there was this kid that applied for a bar back. And
who was this kid?
You guys might know him, Nico Suave.
Oh, okay.
And he applied as a bar back, and I think at the time I wasn't familiar with him, but at the time I think Sean seemed like, yo, this kid got a spark to him. You know what I mean? You're more than a bar back. Like, I want you to be a host. And he doesn't know. I don't know what the host means. Like, here, just take the mic and have come alive. And brought Nico on, and we were like the central core. It was me, Joseph, Nico, Lindsay, Matt Calley, the video guy. He was our videographer, and did our flyers, everything for the first 3-4 years. And we were the squad for a long time. And then little by little, you have different players that started coming on and wanted to be a part of the mix. And, before you knew it, it was like, I want to be down too, and I want to be down. It's like, cool, the more the merrier. We're open to everybody.
That's what's up, man. That's everybody, though, huh? It sounds like Joseph One, Nico. I know Joseph One is killing it right now. He's obviously at the Sacramento Kings Arena. Yeah. He's DJing at the Kings Arena. I seen him recently at Social. I think you guys were over at Red Rabbit Lounge for a minute. You guys fucking are everywhere, man. Fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Well known in Sac.
Yeah.
Well known in a lot of spots.
So, you have Top Made now. You had Fame. I know you've had Fly Market too. Anything popping off of Fly Market right now? Anything going on?
Yeah, so right now we're restructuring the brand. We feel like the market scene sort of got a little bit oversaturated for a minute. Sacramento has fishy weather. Like one day it'll be hella cold, or it'll rain and it's like 80 degrees, or like, just weird. So it's like we would just keep running into those problems. And so we were like, okay, well, let's try indoors. Indoors didn't have that same feel. So, when we bring it back, we want it to be right. We want it to be special. We want it to be what originally got known for and what everybody loved with this. So we're weighing out options. We have a few ideas, a festival in mind, a couple dates in mind. So, just be on the lookout for that.
Okay, be on the lookout for that. Got you there. So, all right, now, obviously my guy Tony's not here. All right, and if Tony was here, he probably would have said at least 10 times already by now. What would he have said? Come on, what would he say? I know y'all know. Hoff is better. He
would talk about the Netflix series
of
between Hoff and Fame.
Oh, God.
The beef and how it got started.
Yeah, he got a screenplay written.
Yeah,
man, I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Yeah.
So, when they mentioned beef between Hoff, I don't ever remember a beef. I remember there was Cake Wednesday, and it was a dope ass time to be alive. You had Vanguards, right? And so like all of a sudden, Cake Wednesday kind of died down, and then obviously the whole crew from Hoff, Tony Cross, Robbie, Mars, they kind of stopped coming here. I guess that's the real question.
No,
Why?
I mean it was a lot. The timeline you're talking about, a 4 or 5 year timeline. You know, when we started Fame, Hoff was a resident one Sunday. You know, we got known for the Sunday parties. Hoff was a resident one Sunday a month for damn near 3 years. When we started Cake, you know, Tony was doing marketing for the club. You know, Robbie was doing photography at the time. Robbie was a photographer for Sundays, Cake, and other events that we had, you know, at the time for, you know, a long time. So we were working. I mean, if they had an event, Hoff Day, 40 ounce bounce, I was usually the DJ, or Fame was doing a set. And we were hand in hand for a long time. As far as where the timeline is, where everything just sort of split up, I think, you know, just like anything else, it became you know, we're going to go this way and this is what we're going to do. And we're over here, and now things are similar, and now there's competition type of thing, and people felt a certain way, or, you know, the competition came about, which is, you know, normal. Like, you know, it happens in every circle. You know, if you have a podcast and you have a partner in the podcast, he's like, well, I want to do my own podcast because I need to get my own bread, or I need to, you know, do something else to, you know, start my own shit. It always happens, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I mean, as far as beef is like such a wild word. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely no beef.
Let me tap.
I think that's just a simple word that people try to throw around to create the controversy and create people talking negatively about stuff, because, you know, it's just an easy word to try to describe two people that might be in the same industry that, you know, are doing business.
Yeah, I mean, even, you know, with Tony, I mean,
moves.
I know Tony wasn't around for a lot of those years, so where he got, oh, there's this crazy beef and they don't like each other. Like, where'd you hear that from?
Right.
Where'd you get that from? Because we don't talk about them. I don't know if they're talking about us, but when we see them, they say hi. They, you know, we shake hands and shit. So I don't know if there's some when we're not around or whatever. But I mean, as far as I know, shit's straight.
But that's kind of how it happens. You kind of said it. You know, I remember when we first started doing the podcast, and then someone else was starting kind of a podcast too. And then this person that came up to me and said something they basically just said, this you're gonna have a rivalry, you're gonna have a beef, and it's like, that's like, just that person is not even affiliated with either one of the podcasts that was going around, but that's how quick and easy something can get, you know, thrown out there, and it's like, you almost kind of, and I deaded it right then and there. I said, number one, there ain't no beef. As a matter of fact, I actually want to have that person on. Like, it's not for me, it's not like that. And I deaded it right then and there in front of people. Yeah. And it was like, because I don't even want that in the air.
I don't know who you talking about, but there could have only been two people that you're technically talking about.
You don't know who I'm talking about?
It was.
I never brought this up. I've never said it.
But
that conversation got deaded in the moment they got spawned. Period. I just deaded it right then and there.
I could only think of two people, and that's Diego and
it wasn't that.
And Nick Cordona.
Nope.
Both of them.
It wasn't either one.
Someone else had a podcast?
Yep.
They still going on?
Was it Drink Champs?
Oh, sure.
No. Nah. Yeah, we beefing with them. We coming for you. We coming for you.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, none's really that serious, bro. We're doing nightlife. Like, what?
Yeah.
Fuck?
There's an inner competition. I can see that. You don't want them taking all your clients and stuff like that.
But they're promoters. That's what they're supposed to do. They're promoters and marketers. We're DJs.
Very true.
Well, if you know,
we're just good. You know, we're honestly, where DJs we were good at throwing parties. We're good at throwing parties. Like, we're not considered marketers or promoters. You know what I mean? People gravitated towards the shit and it worked.
That makes sense, sir.
if you know Tony, there probably was no beef. Tony just loves to stir the pot. So I think Tony's just fascinated by, you know, two separate sides in one city, you know, and he's just like, let's get this popping, let's get a Netflix series. Tony's just stirring the pot.
This is our Tony.
He's a classic instigator.
Yeah, he's stirring the pot.
I tell him that all the time. He be like, I don't be instigating shit. I just be saying shit. I said, that's instigating.
Exactly.
Right. You say
exactly.
Right. But that's it for him. It's more tongue in cheek for him.
Yeah.
It's not serious for him like that. He's more like, he's joking. That's how he is. That's what he's thinking about. But
my inner Tony right there. I tried. That energy.
What was that? That sounded like he was
He
constipated.
be doing that whole shit and shaking and shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So just like him. Fuck. Start that beef up. All right. Well, there's no beef between Hoff and Fame, or should I say Top Made now. Talk to me
Clear
about
the record.
Right. That's good. That's good to hear. You know, maybe there could be another huge party, huge event. I mean, I know that every now and then when you don't have all of you guys together, I think the community profits off of that. You guys just had 3 major events all on the same day, and I feel like all of them were equally smacking. You had Hoff Day, which was in front of the Capitol. You had your concert. What was it called?
I forget the name, but it's the Latin block party that, you know.
Latin block party.
Something
Something with an L and then another one was V. Verde. Yeah. I don't know. And then there was another one at Esmer Park.
Esther Park.
There we go. I said Esmer.
Esmer.
Esther Park. We had Sacramento Life out there. But basically just like the community benefits. You have multiple events going on one day all over, and it seemed like all of them were smacking. Talk to me a little bit more, man. I mean, you have a little bit more of a different culture and a different look when it comes to DJing. I mean, you were recently at Cal Expo at one of the bandas, right? There was a banda at Cal Expo?
Yeah.
Were you DJing there too?
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, I get those phone calls like, yo, we want you over here, we want you over here, we want you to do this show, or, you know, right now, like they're hitting us about the state fair and all that type of stuff. So it's like you want to be the DJ that gets those phone calls, and it all comes down to your networking, you know, really your networking and who you know and how they know you, and just doing a good job every time, you know, that you get that phone call, being prepared,
right,
being there on time, being responsible, like, and that shit carries on, you know what I mean?
Would you consider yourself a Mexican DJ?
Oh, I'm Mexican and I DJ. So.
But I mean, like genre-wise, you got more of a hip hop.
Yeah. You know what's funny is like, I'm.
Did you
Mexican
just
and
ask this man? Is he a
Palestinian.
Mexican DJ?
It was a double. It was like a double. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, do you consider yourself a Mexican DJ? Like, you know, Mexican, you're gonna play like the banda, but you know, he took it.
Well,
like
you know what's
Mexican
crazy is like
DJ.
I was raised by my grandfather that's super traditional Mexican. Like, you know, I'm half Mexican, half Palestinian, but I grew up with only my Mexican side.
Oh, shit.
Which I was raised by my grandfather, which is basically like my dad. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
raised the epitome of a Mexican household, fucking to a T.
Tortas.
Spanish was actually my first language.
Oh, shit.
And when I got to school, they used to make fun of me because I was talking, hey, what's the fool? Like, you know, with that accent, they like make fun of me. So I hated it. And I didn't want, like, when I got elementary, junior high, I hated it so much that I never want to speak Spanish again. So I sort of like kept working on English, you know, and I stopped going to Mexico. You know, when I was 12, that was the last time probably I went. I have a whole house in Jalisco, like 3-story house. You could ask any of my friends, why don't we go? You know, like nowadays it's like, to me it seems dangerous. But like anytime I want to go down there, like 3-story house, like right there in Jalisco, fucking.
You still speak it and understand?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I can speak it I understand it fluently, everything. I can't write it, but so when the Latin stuff started hitting the DJ scene, I even told Nick, I was like, yo, we're up, man. Shit, like, you know, it's our time to really shine in that environment. And, you know, when it came to Latin music, like I always came up with the traditional, you know, Latin anthems and like the Vicente Fernandez and all that type of like quinceañera and the stuff that like my grandfather would listen to. So when it's like the club stuff, it was like a whole nother world. You know what I mean? It's like listening to backpack hip hop, but then it's like you got to go play a hip hop club now, and it's not, you're not playing Talib Kweli and you know all that type of stuff. Right. So it's like, okay, well, what do I play in the club? Oh, you got to learn all what works in the club now. So it's like it's night and day when it's like, you know, you could be from the culture, but then when it comes to the music, so it's like a learning experience again, you know what I mean? So especially with like reggaeton, there's so many subgenres, just like there is with hip hop and EDM, you know. Now some DJs are across the board, but I mean, for the most part, if you're a good DJ, you're gonna learn, you know, what hits, what works, what doesn't work, the route you should go, all that type of stuff, you know what I mean?
Lico's Mexican?
Yeah, well, he's Mexican American.
I thought he was leopard.
You thought he was what?
Leopard. Got that leopard in him. Leopard. Your Mexican compadre, Nico. You guys are a part of a new team now.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. What is that called?
the Just Do It team.
Just Do It.
Yeah, I mean, it just basically came about like, I would go do these big performances like how you mentioned, hitting the stages and all that, and I'd be like, oh, Nico, come host for me because we've been doing it for so long. Our chemistry's crazy. And a lot of people would be like, man, you guys as a duo go crazy. Like, you guys got to keep it up. Like, so I forget how I came up with the name, but it was like, Just Do It. Like, just do it, but just duet. Like a duet, just us two, And, from us spawning that is what actually I felt like brought the crew back together, the Fame crew. Like, because for a minute we were just doing our own thing, and then it was like, once that came into play, like a few weeks later, it's like, all right, now we're all back together again. So that's why, like I tweeted the other day, I had to just do it to get it done. You know what I mean?
So Fame is back.
Not Fame, Top Made.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Top Made is back. I got you.
Yeah.
New name, new
the
characters,
original, the crew's back
players.
together.
Right.
Just Do It, man. You might have some issues with Nike with that one, man.
But it's spelled differently.
different.
Nah,
Yeah.
I actually liked
dope.
that artwork.
It's
I
dope,
liked
yeah.
it when Nigo had showed it to me.
Yeah, I
when
mean,
I
you
was
could do
looking
a
at it,
lot
I
of
was like,
different
bro, I
plays
really
off of
liked.
it.
I was like, I like stuff that's like naturally clicks, and I was like, as soon as I seen it, like the visual of it, I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a play on words. It's
Yeah.
pretty dope.
That's good.
What about some pet peeves? Any pet peeves? Like girls up on the dance floor or up on there trying to take a
100%.
photo?
I mean, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, and I'm sure you've seen it. Like when you see girls on the DJ booth, I'm over there in my zone, and they're bumping me, and I'm like, "You ever see House Party when Martin's like, quit bumping the table?"
Right.
Like, so that's one of the biggest pet peeves. I don't like anybody around me because I mean, not even just like bumping me and all that, but it gets perceived like, oh, look, there's girls, everybody thinks that being a DJ, you're drinking and you're with girls every night. It's not really like, I mean, it could be like that, but it's not really like that. So like things like that give people a different image. It's like, I don't even know this person that climbed up there, whatever. I'll be like, the manager keep bringing those girls up here.
Right. Nah. I'd be the one
shift
telling.
leader keep doing.
I'd be trying to tell him get the fuck down. I'd be like, hey, there's too many
shift
people.
leader be like, go on up
You'd be
there,
like,
go
get
on up
down,
there,
girl, get down. Come on, get down.
Go on up there, girl.
Nah, I usually don't like anybody up there for real. Like even like the extras and the one-offs. I'm like, dude, it's too small up there anyway. So I usually try to sit up there and stand to the corner and just fuck with the lights or something. You know what I mean? Even myself up there, I'm like, dude, just get the fuck down. You know what I mean?
So I got a question for you guys, man. So you're like an OG in the game, man. You're an OG in Sacramento.
Absolutely.
You've been DJing for a long time.
Long time.
So you see a lot of DJs come and go. So who do you see now that's like a young DJ where you're just like, oh, he's next up for Sac?
I mean, I see a lot of energies. Number one, I see who's ambitious because, like I said, I mean, I've been doing this professionally, like making a full-time living for about 15 years. And DJing plus that for another 10, in the bedroom or like wherever, DJing as, from the age of 12. So.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of people come and go, this person's supposed to be next up and this person's going to kill it. This person's going crazy. And for the most part, they end up burning out. And, they either have a drug problem, they get in a relationship, their life goes sideways somehow. They take a left turn. So I see people come and go, like you said. Energies that I see coming up, that there's a lot of like hustlers and ambitious people. Kenzo's one of the guys, that I really see him like he's pushing the line. Nico, he's pushing a hard line DJ, and he got top very well, and he's people are hearing him, and he backs it up with the talent and everything. Like they thought he was an MC, and he's DJing better than some of these veteran DJs. So it's like Eddie's pushing a hard line in Sac.
DJ Eddie, you talking about the female DJ Eddie?
Yeah.
I like her. She be at the concert in the park, Cesar Chavez Park, every now and then. I catch her. She's nice.
I mean, there's Keith, DJ Keith. He's pushing the line now. Like, you know, all these people that I'm seeing, they're not just floating around the city asking for the gigs. They're throwing their own gigs. They're, you know, hitting people up to expand further than clubs and parties and all that type of stuff. So, you know, I watch everything, bro. Like, even some of these younger guys that may not think, like, oh, he doesn't pay attention. I pay attention to everything. That's part of my job, is to pay attention to everything.
That's
you know
what's
what I mean?
up. Yeah.
I'm shocked I didn't hear names like DJ PDV and
You're talking about
Element.
veterans. He said young up and coming.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
I think you made a good distinction there. Like that the wording, you know, words have the meaning, and you use the whole, you know, the idea between a career and a gig.
Yeah.
And I think there's a separation there.
Yeah.
Like if you've been doing something for 15 years, and that's a career. That's
No,
that's how you
100%.
look at that. And it's, you know, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, you can go back into, like, you know, the late 80s and 90s and stuff like that. DJing was looked at as more of a gig
Yeah.
role, and I think now guys like you, Nico, a lot of guys are kind of making that, like, no, you guys can make a career out of this based on the effort that you put into it. And
Yeah,
if
the
you put
effort,
you know what I mean?
The effort, the consistency, your hustle and ambition, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, your hustle ambition is going to be everything. You know, when you know, there could be a DJ that doesn't take themselves seriously and does it, like you said, as a side gig, but that's going to come across to the audience. That's going to come across to the people that need to hire you. That's going to come across to everything. So if you're like, I'm partly a chef, but I'm partly a DJ, but I'm partly, you know, doing all these different things, well, that's partly the respect that you're going to get as a DJ.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you say, yo, this is what I do and what I am, then it's like, okay, cool. Well, these opportunities are going to go to you because you take it seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, I mean, nowadays it becomes so easy to DJ, but there's not a lot of real DJs. You know, it's like the movie 300. You know, they go to the armies and they're like, what is your profession? He's like, I'm a chef. I'm a baker. I'll do laundry.
I'm a locksmith.
I do a lot. Yeah, I'm a
all
locksmith.
that.
And you go to the other dudes, it's like, I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. It's like,
Right.
yeah, we ain't the same.
That's what he just said to y'all.
Right. That shit's still raw to this day. Man, you just mentioned a lot of things, and I won't even lie and mention I had a mental breakdown on my Instagram over just parenting in general. But I remember you were saying some things to me not too long ago that I feel like is not talked about a lot, and that's men's mental health. What do you have on that? Like, could you elaborate on men's mental health and, you know, things that you might have went through yourself? Share that with the people.
I mean, you know, men's mental, you know, now I think the last time we did the podcast, it was actually Men's Mental Health Month. So you know, we touched on it, but, you know, nowadays you look on Instagram, you look on social media, you look everywhere, and it's like buses, radio, everything is mental health. That didn't come about till the last few years. You know what I mean? You look at the 90s or when you were a kid, no, that wasn't talked about. I remember being a kid and feeling weird. I'm like, why do I feel weird? You know, I was an anxious kid. And, you know, when you come from where I come from, mental health isn't talked about. Like, it's like, you know, go take a shower, you know, whatever. But it's like nowadays, now there's, you know, like kids, they have therapists and they have medicine and all types of things. You know what I mean? So like now it's becoming more of a norm to talk about it, get help and all that. But for a long time, you know, especially being a man, it's like you're supposed to stick, you know, you're supposed to poke your chest out, stick your chin up, and, you know,
Take it on the chin.
But yeah, I mean, when it comes to mental health, that's something I've dealt with my whole life, you know, with anxiety, depression, you know, over the last few years. Dealing with a lot of stuff. You know, my grandfather passing away, one of the biggest blows to me. It's like, you know, I don't know if you guys ever had a parent pass, but you know, it's hard. And you know, at the time I didn't realize I was severely depressed. You know, I felt like, oh, I can't get up, I can't go to the gym, I'm being lazy, I'm gonna sit on my phone, I'm gonna take another nap, I just don't want to do nothing, I'm gonna sit in the house, I'm not gonna date, like I'm not, you know, I don't care about nothing. I only care about the things that I have to do. I have to go to work. I have to DJ. I have to do this. My creativity, my ambition, you know, was, and a lot of people will tell you like, oh, you've been killing it, but not to where like what I wanted to really do.
This the suffer in silence.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of men do too.
So it was like, you know, one day I just woke up and I told my doctor, I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling right. Like I don't have any energy. So he's like, oh, you know, take these serotonin, you know, inhibitors, which, I mean, I don't know if you guys know what serotonin and dopamine is. Like, the shit that basically makes you happy.
Right, right.
Uppers and stuff.
So I'm like, whatever. Like, you know, I take him or he was like, it's going to take about 2 weeks or 30 days to kick in. So I'm taking him every day. I don't know, you know, whatever. Shit's not working. Before I know it, I wake up one day and I probably feel like what you feel like when you do cocaine. I'm like, I'm up, I'm jittery, my heart's beating, like I'm cleaning my house like crazy. All right, now I need to go wash the car. Now I need to go to the gym. I'm running damn near I haven't ran on a treadmill in probably over a year and a half, and I'm damn near running half a mile, like just out the gate, as big as I am.
Okay.
That's wild.
So, I mean, for most people, like, well, you ran half a mile, fat ass, but I'm like, bro, that's huge for me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, was I depressed this whole time that bad? And I let everything go, including myself, including everybody around me and relationships. And, you know, I was in a daze and I didn't know it. And it takes, you know, something to snap you out and be like, oh shit, I was thinking differently, all this, you know?
That's huge.
And, you know, a lot of people don't realize that they may be anxious or depressed or anything, but, you know, if you're just feeling different, if something just feels like it's wrong, like, you know, go seek help, get help. It's out there. You know what I mean? You don't have to suffer. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing that it's like, man, it felt good again to, like, now I'm going to the gym, I'm eating right, I have discipline, I have ambition again, I want to travel, I want to do this, you know, like, and it's you know, something that I feel like a lot of people deal with, but they just may not know. They're not educated on it. But, you know, do your research and look into stuff, because I mean, there is help out there, and there's a lot of different methods to help you out.
Yeah. Man, that's huge, man. Thank you. Spoken like a real true.
I said like the biggest thing as far as like when it comes to like depression and stuff like that. I think everybody has ebbs and flows of depression. I think that, you know, it gets thrown out there. Some people go straight to taking the, you know, the drugs and stuff like that to help them through it. But man, if you to me, working out, whether you go to the gym, whether you work out at home, whatever you do, to me, I think that is the number one thing to get you out of that. Because number one, it's the blood flow. It's your ability to focus in that moment, and you just feel better after that. Especially if you do it in the morning. I feel like just starting your day that way just kind of helps out. And I tell a lot of people, anyone that's feeling depressed, anyone that's had a conversation with me about depression, and I've been in that situation, and I've always found myself, go to the gym, go for a bike ride, do something to get this going. And I'm telling it completely changes my whole mood. I mean,
even look it up. Working out creates dopamine and serotonin naturally. You know, the sun creates dopamine naturally. You know, like you said, working out, like that's the number one thing. If you look it up, how could I help my depression or anxiety? Work out. I went, you know, I watched this one YouTube, and it was like, feeling anxious, run or lift weights till you're out of breath. It'll burn all that out of you. You know, feeling depressed, work out until you feel like your energy's back and you feel, you know, happy again. And I'm telling you, it works. It works. It's not a myth. Eat right also, you know, eating right. When you eat a lot of processed food, fast food, all that type of shit.
It's hard to eat right now too.
It's
from because the food, a lot of people, even if you start going, you know, buying stuff at the grocery store, it's like, where's that coming from? Like, you can go down a rabbit hole with this shit.
100%.
And it's like, so a lot of people kind of looking at it, it's just like, try to be as you know, healthy as you possibly can. No one's going to be perfect. I think a lot of people go into nutrition trying to go 100%. You're not going to eat 100% healthy. It's not going to happen. But you should aim for 50%. Aim for 60, and then you just keep going, and you'll see your body go through a change. You'll see your mood, your mental go through a change.
I mean, after I went through that, any little thing I could feel it. You know, like if I eat late night, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like shit. And then I'm like, oh, why do I feel like this? Oh, I ate fucking fast food at 3 a.m.
Right.
You know, so all that shit matters, man. And like once you get on that right track and you get there, like, you know, you're working out, you're eating as best as possible. Like you said, it's hard to completely eat great, but it's the small changes, you know. Instead of a soda, get a water. Instead of some fries, get side salad or whatever. Instead of that burger, get the grilled chicken sandwich. Like, I have a lot of friends that cut meat. You know, it was actually started by Gio. He had cut meat out of his diet, and then he had all my other friends not eating meat. and they are dropping pounds like crazy and feeling better, light on their toes.
Okay.
I mean, I've tried that, and that shit's it's hard. Like
It's
not
tough.
eating
Oh,
meat.
hell
It's
yeah.
tough.
Yeah, it's
Right,
yeah,
right.
cutting out stuff like that. That's a drastic change.
Oh,
like going
yeah.
keto or going, something like that.
Yeah,
That's hard. I always kind of look at, you were speaking about, especially with the mental health, just in general, and it's cliched now. I think a lot of people have commercialized mental health to a certain extent, but to be real about it, like it is a real thing, especially for men. I think there's more avenues and I guess you would say outlets more for others, but for men, we kind of, it's like Warren has said, man, we supposed to just take it. We supposed to stand on our 10 and go about our business.
Yeah.
But I always kind of look at life as like it's kind of like a triangle. There's a guy named James Smith. He's a influencer, but he started as a PT, as a personal trainer, and he's kind of been doing it. And he had the best like explanation as far as how you mold your life, and it's basically three corners. You have your relationship, you have your business, and you have like your fitness and health. Nobody, no matter where your tax bracket is, can have all three at 100%.
Unless
You
it's
can't.
a circle.
And he said it's a constant rotation in your
Circle.
life. It's you. Okay, so you got two corners of your life. You got your fitness and you got your business. Okay, well, your relationship with your wife, your spouse, kids, that stuff, that takes a little bit of back seat. Because if you're going 100% on your business and you're going 100% on your fitness and health, we're finite resources. You only got so much energy and time. So it's like you kind of have to, it's like a constant rotation of priority.
Yeah.
And certain stages in your life, it's like, okay, I'm going to get my fitness right. I'm going to have my relationship right. My business acumen is not there yet. And then you make a shift. It's like, okay, I need my money. So I get my business on point, got my relationship right. Oh, I had to lack in the fitness. I'm not in the gym as much. So it's a rotation, and you just have to go through that balance. You know what I mean? And that was the best explanation, because I just thought about it from the perspective of like celebrities. Like, well, they got all the money, resources, and time. I'm sure they can do it. And he's like, no, they can't do it
Well,
either.
some people, they like
can't.
I said, I mean, they could be blind to what's going on. I know we touched on this last time we had talked. But sometimes it's not your fault. It could be genetic that, people tell you. I mean, look, even going through elementary, they put you in, it's time for recess. Go exercise. They're embedding this in your head. Go exercise for 15 minutes. Go exercise we're going to get you outside to go exercise for another 20. And so then when you get to high school, it's like you have an hour PE, right? So they're embedding this in your head to work out a certain amount of time of your day. Once you get out of there, now there's nobody, you're not on anybody's watch. Once you become an adult, if you want to eat burgers and drink a bottle of vodka and smoke 3 packs of cigarettes, you could do that.
Right.
Yeah.
There's going to be nobody. I mean, you may have, family that comes and checks on you, but that's up to ultimately you. Some people, it doesn't click in their head, and the doctor could tell you, like, eat better, you're going to live longer and do this and that, but it doesn't click in their head until,
Something
you
happens.
could have ate better and you would have lived longer. Now you're dealing with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I said, it's ultimately not, you have celebrities that drink every single day and they tell you, don't drink like that.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs because you could die. But it's not clicking in their head like, oh shit, I can die. Maybe I should stop. You know what I mean? And it's just like everybody's up to their, their own vices, and but sometimes it's not their fault, because it could be genetic, you know what I mean? And there's nobody that's going to hold their hand and be like, look, we're going to get you help. Even nowadays, you get a lot of family members that call and check on you, but they're not going to make sure you're good.
Oh,
How many times do they pull up to your house like,
feel
yo,
you.
are you good? Are you
Yeah,
really
you
good?
do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they'll call you and be like, what's up? How you doing? Are you cool?
Right.
All right, well, shit, I'll hit you later.
Right.
Weeks and months go by. Like,
I think a lot of times, though, too, you talked about that as far as checking. I think we, especially the ones who are, like, where you're working real hard, like you're workaholic, even though you're dealing with these issues, you can tend to put on a front. Because you're working hard. You're like, okay, I'm going to only do the stuff that I got to do, but I'm not happy with what's going on. And to the outside, a lot of people can't even see it going on. That's why a lot of people get shocked and, don't want to put nothing out there for nobody, but it's serious to talk about, someone unaliving themselves, and the first thing they say is like, man, I didn't even know that they was dealing with it. And sometimes because the person that's dealing with it, oftentimes you can't say. Now, some people, they give signs, the signs are a little bit more telling, but some people keep that shit tucked. and you don't even know. You really don't even know. So that really is gonna depend on your circle of people that have around you, and if they're able to see those small changes in you, they be like, "Hey, man, is you straight? Like, is
You're
everything
not looking the same?
You know what I mean? Like
off.
so that depends on you, on who you have in your circle. Because if you got a whole bunch of yes men or a whole bunch of people that just in it just because they getting exposure or whatever the case, they don't have somebody that actually cares about you, the person, not what they can do for you. Then it makes it difficult.
I mean, like I always tell a lot of people that are close to me, they'll be like, "Oh man, you're a dick." Like, but it's like, I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. I could tell you what you want to hear, and you're gonna be like, "Yes, he's such a fun guy." But if I tell you what you need to hear, now you could help yourself. You know what I mean? And you may not want to hear what you need to hear, but you need it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because if you can't do good for yourself, then you can't do good in your relationship with me, or you can't do good in our business, or you can't. You know what I mean? Like. So it's like a lot of people, they need to hear what they don't want to hear. But like you said, in this industry, a lot of people are fake. So it's just like, oh, well, shit. We know he has a pill problem, or we know this person's a drunk, or we know this dude deals with hella cocaine, or
we know
but they're not
party at
telling
the
them
party
anything
playing
because
with
it's
his
like,
nose.
oh, well, that's
now.
his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it gets to that point. It's like you actually have to take a stand. If you actually care about that person, you actually have to make that adjustment and say, you know what? Because you could just let them go on about their business. If I didn't give a fuck, I wouldn't say nothing.
Right, true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
So it's like that 100% agree.
All right, man. We'll let you get out of here, man. We'll let you get off the
No,
hook,
dude,
man.
I'm just getting started.
We'll let you get off the hook, man. You know, it's been some great questionings.
Speaking of the question,
Go
you
ahead.
ain't gonna forget the question.
I,
of the week, dog.
I was gonna make sure we asked him what events he had coming up.
We
but-
got on here. We skipped
Yeah.
something. Let's go.
Yeah.
I ain't ready to go home yet.
We do. We got some things to still talk about, but we'll talk about the question of the week. We can finish up with the other ones. What you got for the question of the week? Because you didn't listen.
I didn't put it on there for
I
a
like
reason
that.
because
I
I didn't
like
want to
that.
give y'all no chances on
Yeah.
to think about this
That
one.
makes
Y'all gonna have to
sense.
come up with y'all answer
Let's
on the
hear-
fly
let's hear
on
what you
this
got.
one. All right, question of the week time. Everybody loves question of the week. Y'all know what it is. This week, this is a would you rather. Everybody loves would you rather. So Winton loves these. Would you rather get caught masturbating by your boss / coworker on your first day at work,
Fuck.
or your potential girlfriend on the first date?
Potential girlfriend on the first date, bro. How the fuck you whacking off at the job on the first
what
fucking
kind of-
day?
What kind of scenario? Like,
Freaky ass.
first off, where am
You
I
a fan,
working
you a
at? No,
fan?
I'm just kidding.
Hey, your boss might got a fat. You had to get that one out.
Wow.
So you got win.
Man, the girl, fuck that shit.
So you on the first date and she catch you going to
Beating
town,
it.
giving yourself a stranger.
Man, she better
Yeah,
come
but
over here and
I
join.
mean, it really depends where this is located. Like, are you at work? Are you at home? Your boss comes over and knocks on your door?
The work situation is you at the job. First
yeah,
day.
that's-
You
This
go
is
to-
first day and first date. That's
You could
the thing.
actually go to jail for that. So.
Well, I mean, what if you're a porn star though? You good?
Exactly. So where we working at? Where we working at?
You a porn star? You
Right.
good?
He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get that first one out the way,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
That's
You my
crazy.
stamina.
That's crazy, bro.
You said what you got? When,
It's crazy because even if the girl, you know, it's embarrassing if she catches you. You know what I mean? But
and I said it specifically potential girlfriend. So this isn't just some chick. This
Right,
is somebody you
right.
digging. She was digging you. You know, this is something that has the potential of being something serious.
Shit, I
and they
still
catch
ain't
you
got-
whacking off
I
on
still
the
ain't
first
got
date.
caught. Well, I ain't got caught yet. So shit, that's scary as fuck. But nah, bro, it has to be 100% the girl, man. Like I
Girl
couldn't
caught you?
see. I couldn't. Nah, I ain't never got caught. Nah. That's why I say it's still scary as fuck to even think about it. Talk about it out loud. Shit. Wouldn't know what to do.
I see Whitney at the computer, man. He just over there with the blanket.
Nah, I don't got a computer. My computer sucks.
Well, speaking of,
He's
at
like,
the
Jackie.
club, no.
You hear something?
Right.
You're like, Jackie.
With his shades on.
Bro, jacking off with your shades on is crazy.
Not
mad.
not only his shades,
That's
they're
mad.
Jackson shades.
Oh, wow.
That's
Bro.
mad.
Hey, that's
mad.
dark.
But yeah,
When
nah,
don't-
man.
No, you know what's wild is
Over
like
there
I was
going
just talking
crazy
this,
like Ray Charles.
I was talking about this. I was talking about this to my homie.
You like
Do
Steve?
you remember in the early days of the internet and the only computers in your family room?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
And you gotta wait till everybody's asleep to go.
You looking over
Right.
your shoulder all night.
You hear something, you
Right. What's that?
what's that?
What was you motherfucking
Bro,
talking about?
you got your glasses
Stevie
on.
Wonder.
Bro, that is crazy.
Over there in the
You
night,
better not.
like, oh, here it comes.
Here I come.
I got a better one. I got a better. Did you guys have a black box growing up?
Yeah.
So you remember, like on the black boxes, you could hit record and turn the TV off, and it record what was on that channel overnight.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah. So if you turn the TV off, it would still record what was on that channel.
Oh yeah,
overnight.
yeah.
So I remember putting the paper in the VHS, so it'll record to EP mode, which was like 6 hours. So at 10 o'clock, once that pay-per-view has switched over, I turned the TV off and hit record. And when I came home from school, I had a new 6 hour video.
Yeah, some crazy
Man.
B-roll footage, boy.
He had it all planned out.
I'd give them to all the homies. Here's your 6 hour video.
I remember back in the day, I used to have to stay up super dumb late just to watch BET After
Okay.
Dark.
Oh, uncut.
Uncut.
There you
Man,
go.
Uncut.
It was that
Tip
tip
drill.
drill video.
Tip drill.
That
Oh,
Nelly tip
man.
drill video was
Man,
the
when you
one.
swipe that card,
Bro.
Yeah, I need that tip
Man.
drill. I'm like, you can see her hair. You can see the hair right there. Yeah.
that tip drill went crazy.
Yeah, that was
know.
crazy. And then pussy popping on a handstand,
Yeah,
Ludacris. That
yeah,
one was crazy.
yeah.
Those were two that I remember.
There was the uncut. I don't think they played it on BET, but there was an uncut version of Big Pimpin', where a lot of the girls were
Yes,
topless. And
I
shit.
remember that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep, I remember that.
Shit, they could probably have an uncut of all them videos back then.
Man,
True.
To
them
be
videos-
honest with you.
What about you? Would you rather?
Oh, me? To be honest, this is the reason why I'm throwing the curveball. You know how I be throwing the curveball, man. I would do the job.
What?
And this is the reason why, because it's I could get another job.
But you might also go to
This nigga
jail,
said I could
bro.
get
You know?
another job.
Well, no, it's like if I'm in the if I
But you could get another girl.
First
No, but
day on
that's the
job?
difference though. This is the reason why the question was posed that way, is that the girl is a good, like, someone that could be serious. So it's not just it's not a fling. It's not a one night stand.
But that job is serious.
No, it's just a job. And I ain't say career. It's just a job. I'm like, okay.
So what you doing, Warren?
I'm doing the girl, man. I mean, women walk around today thinking that all men jack off. So it's like, if she catches
Nigga,
me,
we do.
Yeah, but that
So
that
she
visual
catches
is
me.
different though.
if she catches me, it's like, so what? Like, bitch, you already know. You already think all men jack off.
But that visual.
Yeah, man.
That visual, I can quit that job and not see them folks again. I can not see that boss, that coworker again.
I mean, what's the difference? I mean, okay, let's say she catches you jacking off the first time and she continues to talk to you, you guys end up being in a relationship. I mean, she's gonna see you jack off. You know what I mean? Like,
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm just saying this one's different. This one's different. We know what Tony would say though. He say the job because he already be butt naked at
well,
the,
Tony's
in
a
the bathroom.
freak.
That's
He a
what I'm
freak.
saying.
He'll say the job because he wants somebody at the job to see. That's why Tony will say the job. Promise you.
He's like, do I get the promotion?
Right. Wow. What you got, Oasis?
The fifth? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, y'all seen something about Mary. He got caught in the beginning. He got the girl at the end. So
God damn.
he actually got caught by the whole family and the next door neighbor. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's true.
He still had the nut in his hair or something like that. It was in his hair.
no, it was on his ear.
Oh,
No,
there
it
you
was
go.
on his
Yeah,
ear,
yeah.
and then she put it in the
Oh,
hair like some
God.
shit, bro. That shit was nasty.
Oh God.
Actually got caught twice, right?
Yeah.
He got caught in the beginning where he got his ball stuck in the zipper, and then he got caught the second time where he was jerking it before they went on a date.
Sidebar question to that: anybody y'all ever been caught jacking off by anybody?
Oh, 100%.
I have.
You
Actually,
have?
not like red-handed, but like, you know when your mom knocks on the door, "Hey, dinner's ready. Hey, hold up, man.
He was interrupted.
Yeah, interrupted.
He was interrupted.
Not like why do you
But
why
they
do you
know
have
what
a
was
whole
happening.
motion station set up? Your phone's on an angle.
I almost got caught.
Almost got caught?
Yeah,
How long ago was this?
quite a few years ago. A couple of years ago.
So a couple months ago.
This was yesterday.
Nah, it was a while ago.
It's yesterday.
I got an even deeper question.
I fell
Sidebar
asleep.
to that.
I fell
hit-
asleep holding it.
Oh wow.
Hold on, what?
Well, that could go a lot of different ways.
It
Bro.
was obviously shrank in the morning time.
Bro, what?
This is about the night uncut right
This
now.
is about the
But
night.
I got a good sidebar to that because this is a discussion that always comes
You
up.
gonna have
every
to
now
finish that story, bro. You jacked yourself off to sleep.
Do you?
That's crazy.
I mean, Winton pretty much answered it, but like a real life man question. Once you get in a relationship and you can get asked whenever you want, do you still jack off?
Yes, you do.
100%.
Because they be holding the ass hostage sometimes, all right?
Truly.
That don't have nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. Shit,
They
I'm
be
trying
acting
to.
funny sometimes.
Yeah,
They
man,
do.
shit. And honestly, I feel like me personally, I feel like, sure, we're probably supposed to not because they're holding it hostage, but shit, I got this nut. I need to get it off. But
What
at
do
the
you mean
same
hold
time,
it? So what do you mean holding it hostage?
Okay.
Like not giving it up.
They're not giving it up. Just in general, like I'm tired today. No, I don't feel like it. I'm not feeling too good or whatever.
Okay.
And you ready to go? It's been like 2-3 days, and you ain't. You know what I mean? And so, like, I feel like I'm not gonna say it's healthy, but instead of me going out here trying to chase something to try to, be a squirrel and get a nut, I'm, at home, in my safekeeping.
Got your Jergens and when you got the urge.
Fool standing on the side of the bed, rigged. She like, nah, not tonight.
Nah,
But nah,
nah. Went over there like Drake saying, nah. You follow it through. You said tonight.
Why does he always take out that one first aid kit when he sleeps on the couch?
So that's a good question.
Oh,
But
shit.
are you guys saying that only because they might be not giving it up in that moment, or are you saying just in general? Like, I feel like you just got to do it just so you don't kill nobody.
Yeah, bro, you be
Got to
wound
get that.
up.
Sometimes you got to
You gotta get it out.
I don't know. For me, it was always like if I'm in a relationship, it should damn near be accessible at all. This is
I
part of
feel you there.
This is
I
part of
feel
the
you there.
relationship.
That's
feel
how
you.
all men feel.
This is
Yeah.
what I deal. This is why I deal with the bullshit. So
Yeah.
I have some in-house.
It's on
Right,
call.
right.
Yeah.
I feel you on that, and I feel like it is like that in the very beginning. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But
That's true.
I'm 16 years into this shit. She's seen every
Shout
trick
out to
that I
that,
had
16
throwing at her.
years.
You know what I mean? Like, and so it does after a while. It becomes it is different. You know what I
It
mean?
becomes like a task, like a job.
It's not necessarily a task or job, but they want it to be treated like that because it's no longer special. That sensitive, that moment when you first kiss someone, you got all those feelings and the nerves. All that shit's out the
But
window
sex
now.
is not going to be like that.
And I know that, but with it
So-
being all out the window, you still got to be romantic. You still got to be
Yeah.
putting in that effort. It's no longer like we just watching a TV show. Like, all right, you ready for this dick? Before we go to
Even-
sleep.
I kind of like that.
Even
I
better
do too.
question.
I do
I'm
too.
kind of with that.
Even
I'm
better
gonna be
question.
straight up with you.
That's what I'm 100.
I'm just
Rob.
like, hey,
Um,
let's
fuck the
just
bullshit.
be literal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck the
Just
bullshit.
be
Question
literal.
off of that. Now, how long? Obviously, the first 3 months, it's like, yo, I'm hard. Let's get to it. You're
Right.
jackrabbits. As soon as you get hard again, we get
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
When does that flame die?
When your dick becomes hella raw. You can't be
No.
going
I'm
2 or
not
3
talking about that
times.
night. I'm talking about like
He's not talking about
within
physically.
that relationship.
Oh,
He's
okay.
talking
Where
about
it's
mentally.
like, oh, you want to have sex tonight? Let's just
So
go
you're
to
treating
bed.
it more like a chore when it goes
Treating it
from.
more like I'm not with it tonight, or I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
I don't
feeling
think it ever gets that for a guy. I think that timeline is for a female. I think a female gets like that because as a guy, you're just like you said, it's like when I want it, let's get it. You know what I mean? I can't. If your girl comes on to you, are you gonna tell her no? Really?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're.
Oh, facts.
You're really not gonna tell her no. So it's like
yeah.
it's really on her timeline.
But I'm saying like there's a difference between she touches your leg and you're bing.
I see what you're
Versus
saying.
like,
I see what you're
all right,
saying.
we got to get in the motion and get ready. You know, what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
That's it. I like that. I like that. Cause
because it does burn out. I mean, I think one of my longest relationships was like 4 or 5 years, and I mean, after that first 2 years, it was like, all right, it's not like you hit the same positions. It's like, all right, sort of. Not, I would say boring because of nuts and nut, but like it's like it's
used
the
to it.
same.
I can understand maybe you're talking about like the moment itself and the build up and that type of thing. But to be honest with you, I'm real literal. They just go. But to Warren's point, I do think it's more on like if the woman is the one initiating, like to basically flame that up, like to get that moment going, bro. That's just amazing.
right.
That's just amazing, because then what it does is that if they still are urging, they still want, then that makes you want it. Like, you know what I mean? It's the dynamic is different if we just want it all the time, and because there's a lot of situations where the man wants it all the time and then the woman just don't.
Right,
but when ain't no man turning it down, ain't no man be like, man, I got a headache.
Facts.
Oh, I got this. Like it's
during
it's,
the Super Bowl, we don't give a fuck.
You touch that inner thigh that way. Oh, it's. I don't give a damn. I'm dead asleep. This nigga Rob is up.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, unless you done been through some,
I'm like, my shit, man. My shit is like,
Robbie getting sturdy.
sometimes you gotta pop out.
got to pop out and show it.
Speaking about pop out events, what you got going on, man? What you got coming up in the future? Any events planned up? I know you got this ice cream. What is this? Ice cream Sundays now. What else you got?
Yeah, I mean, the weekly events, Throwback Thursday at Dive. You know, obviously Dive Bar. You can go there 7 days a week.
Check out the Mermaid
District
Show.
30 Friday, Saturday. Sundays we're at Bar West during the day. We'll have, by the time this comes out, we'll probably have the Taco Tuesdays going at Lock and Key Tuesday night starting at 6 p.m. Stay tuned for a lot more events. We got a ton of shit coming up. Not sure when this will drop, but we got Pilo and Cool John at Concert in the Park next Friday.
Oh, yep,
we got Larry June the 27th at Cesar Chavez, same park. There's a few festivals in the fall we're working on, a few shows with KSFM, I believe, at Thunder Valley, because just like shit that's going to be announced soon.
Wasn't Papa Roach at Concert in the
Papa
Park?
Roach is at Concert in the Park this Friday. Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on, man. Make sure you stay tuned to everything Sacramento, man. That's what we do here. But any last words for everybody?
Advice.
Advice.
What you got for the people? Advice for the people, anybody listening, advice, what you got for them?
Man, work hard, dude. Man, like, I'm a fat boy, and at this current point, I'm running every day, man. Just stay consistent at something and just do it. Just grit your teeth, wake up and say, fuck it, I got to do it. Go get it out the way. It only takes a few minutes. So stay consistent at anything that you really want and be passionate about. So,
and he's speaking about the jacking off with the shades on.
Stay consistent.
Stay consistent with that.
What you got? Advice for the people? You got any advice?
Yeah, I mean, do what you got to do. Like you said, stay consistent. Stay ambitious. I mean, whatever you're doing, whether if it's making coasters or, a podcast or DJing, whatever, stay ambitious. Keep that hustle alive. Whatever you do, stick with it, and eventually, it'll turn into something.
Facts right there.
Anything in your life that you're unhappy about, fix it. Life's too short. Move with love and move. Be happy. With whatever. Be grateful for whatever you have. You're breathing. You're watching this obviously right now. So. Be grateful for what you have and for life, and like I said, I mean, there's so much hurt and anger in the world. Like, move with love and happiness.
I like that. I like that a lot. Move with love and happiness. We're ready. What you got for him?
Man, I'm not really an animal person. I'm not a dog person. But one of my homeboys, one of my close friends, he had a dog that just passed away yesterday, and I kid you not, this fool had the dopest dog on this planet. Like, this dog was one of a kind.
Was it a German Shepherd?
No, it was a pit bull. And he was so unique in so many ways. Like, he'll just, in the summertime, he loved the summertime, he'd run in the backyard, just jump in the pool and swim. He'll swim with kids, and you know what I mean? Like, you could identify him just by his ears. He had one up and one was always down. I'm telling you, he was the dopest dog. He had the coolest personality. And like I said, I'm not a dog person, and I got really close to this dog. So when I got the news that the dog died, like I was just like, damn, like that shit hurt me. You know what I mean? And I've never really dealt with like an animal or something like that dying. So it was like, it hit different. You know what I mean? So, I mean, my advice for the people, man, is like, if you have any animals, man, like, don't forget about your animals. You know what I mean? Like, spend time with them, watch the signs of how they're going through life, like, not to get too deep in what happened with his dog, but his dog, they found out that he had cancer in his spleen, and it was just eating up all his blood.
How old was the dog?
He had him for 10 years.
Okay.
And so, like, you like, when I went over there, you see the dog, like I said, he loved summer, so, like, he was enjoying his summer, but you could see he was slowing down.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So, take care of your animals, man. I mean, they're a big part of a lot of people's lives, man. Like I said, me, I wasn't a dog person, and I attached myself to this dog. So, if you have animals, man, just pay attention to the signs, man, and take care of your animals. I mean, they're just like your little loved ones. So
yeah, and treat them right. Don't just leave your dog in the backyard or like. I'm a busy person, and I could see it in my dog's face when I come home. Like, just happy to have a companion. Happy to, so it's like, don't be one of those people that mistreats them and just has them as something to have.
Facts.
That's true. Take care of them animals, man.
What you got for the people, Rob?
All y'all's was good. Mine is a little more reminiscent of what we're dealing with right now. My advice: don't argue with nobody that don't have working AC. There's no point. They are experiencing a level of hell
I'm like, bro,
right now that they can't imagine. Like, we can't comprehend. And when they in their car, in their house, you gonna lose that fight. They got nothing to lose. Somebody with swamp draws will whoop your ass. There's no point in fighting that person. So if you get in an argument with somebody that ain't got no AC, it's time for you just to bow out. You see the look on their face. You see they drenched shirt just looking like they don't give a shit. It ain't worth it. Just walk away.
I got a good question for y'all.
Just walk away.
For y'all. So, on these 110, 115 days, do you leave your AC on all day long? Because you can't just like, come home from work and turn it on, because it's gonna take a while to catch up.
I keep mine on basically about when I leave the house. It's probably like at 78, like 79. I set it at that, and then when I come home, I can drop it down.
I leave my shit at 83.
At all times?
Yeah.
Hold on, what you say?
I leave it on at 83.
Wait, this nigga Oasis.
What?
Yeah.
This said at all times.
Hey.
Are we talking about in December?
Right now.
Hold on, wait a minute. When? 83?
83 when I left the house, and
it's 83 in the house.
The temperature, the thermostat set to 83.
While he's trying to lose weight, though.
God damn.
So look,
This nigga is really from Jamaica.
I went, took my kid. We did running. It was right after work, 5:30. Boom, we hit the streets. We went running. We was running some drills. I'm dripping sweat. Walking the house, 83-degree temperature, feeling cool as a motherfucker. All right, let me just tell you, it was still cool as a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's cooler from what you was outside.
Yeah, that's what mattered. That's what mattered.
But but after a while, bro, it's like 83 degrees in the house.
I got 3 fans blowing in my house, one in the main room, one in the living room, one in the kids' room. We set.
Let me tell you something right now. We ain't never doing the pod at your house.
We straight,
it's not
bro.
happening. Ain't no way. 83?
AC still kicking. It's cool.
I can
in
deal
the
with
house.
like that's what I'm saying, like 77, 78, like you can keep it at that, and if you need to get it down to like 73, 72 and stuff, you can. It ain't got the AC ain't got to work as hard, to get it to that. But if you turning all your shit all the way off and then trying to cut it back on, like you gonna make that thing overwork.
So when you got a female in the house at 83 degrees?
Yeah.
She likes it.
She the one putting it at 83. I'll be moving that bitch to 81, and she be like, "Leave my shit here." But it'd be cool.
Hell,
It'd be
I'd have
honestly,
to fight her.
It'd be cool.
So
You don't have a choice, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
He's you know the person that tries to make it sound.
yeah.
No, it's cool. 83 is perfectly fine. Like, yeah.
Is this a cry for help, Winton? Are you trying to get the audience to have some sympathy for you? Like, hey man, let Winton drop the AC down.
Yeah, I made a point. It was cool. Like I mentioned, I've been cool, so that's all that mattered to me. I ain't sweating in the house. I'm straight. You know, I'm low maintenance. You know,
83.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
It's humid in there.
Refreshing.
God damn.
Refreshing.
You went from hell to hell's waiting room.
Man.
Right.
Like,
But it's better than hell. So like,
I think
man.
I was telling somebody, like, I feel like I was outside a lot when it was like 110, 112.
Yeah,
like
I was
a
out
few
there. I
weeks
was
ago.
riding my bike
and
and
I
shit.
was cooking, bro. Like you could feel your insides cooking, bro.
you know what's weird is when you come back and you start moving and you feel like, damn, why is my body hot from like the sun and shit?
Yeah. Bro,
And
just
it feels weird as fuck.
If it to me, it feels hella good. Like I was going on, people were calling me nuts.
Yeah,
I was
you
riding
were.
I was riding my bike going for an hour
I feel
in the
you.
heat, but to your point, the sun being outside, that's something that's good. That's good for you. Now I know it's 115. I know it's crazy. It's a different type of heat, but it's like when you're on the bike, you moving.
Right.
You kind of I love that shit. I love that shit, but I go back into the house when it's in the 70s, and I can take a shower and cool the hell off. You can't cool off going back in the house. It's 83.
nigga, it was cool as fuck when I walked back in this
Bro,
bitch.
that's
I was
last.
like, oh my god,
that
it
lasts
feels good.
1 minute.
It felt good.
Damn,
I had the
bro.
sweat still on me.
83.
Sweat was still going. It was hitting the sweat spots
damn.
perfectly. It was cool. You
Yeah,
wow,
ain't nothing cool about 83 inside a building.
man. Well,
the only thing cool is that smud bill. I know that.
that
Bro,
I mean,
part.
it better be.
But best of both worlds. I'm still cool and the bill cool.
So I'm cool. I'm cooler.
Shit, I ain't
I'm
even
cooler.
opened my
Brodier.
smud bill. I ain't gonna open it till probably October.
Brodier. It's cooler.
That green one gonna come in the mail pretty soon.
Right.
This is your final notice. Damn it! Did you wait a month? Shit.
Right. Well, y'all already know what it is, man. I don't want to keep us out here too long. Another
No,
episode.
I
of-
kept us here an extra 20 minutes, so let's
know.
keep going on.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Another episode of About the Night, man. You rocking with the crew, Rob, Warren, Winton, and of course our special guest, DJOasis, where you can find him at DJOasis on Instagram.
Yep,
Hey.
DJOasis on Instagram and all that. Listen.
Shout out to my guy Tony. He had to take the day off, man. Just know that you were here representing.
spirit.
Yes, even though you're not here. Trust me. Make sure you follow us on all our platforms. You can follow us on IG as well, even though you're tuning in on YouTube. We really appreciate each and every sub that comes through. So thank you so very much for rocking with us. Thank you, guys. Ooh, nice ending.
Don't jack off with your glasses on.
Oh, here we go.
That's crazy.
Party foul.
Now I just picture your house. You falling asleep at 83 degrees.
Jacking off with